What's up, Star Wars fans? David Land here, and we're taking a look at Wave 3 of the Star Wars The Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch action figure line. This has the long-awaited General Hux. These are starting to hit at Target and Walmart stores, at least where I've seen them. I can't wait to take a look at these guys, as at the time of filming, we are 2 days away from the world opening of Star Wars The Force Awakens, and in fact, the world premiere is tonight, so I'm going to have to stay off the internet except for to post videos, as I don't want to be spoiled. I actually don't want to know where Luke Skywalker is until The Force Awakens, so we are going to find out together, hopefully on the 18th. But for now, enjoy this review. This is David Land on YouTube. So the first figure we're going to take a look at here is Goss Tours. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Here's a nice, again, the artwork on these figures is fantastic. Nice look at him. Not sure what species he is. He's a little tiny guy, or a little short and squat guy, I should say. There's this wacky build-a-weapon thing. Let's read about him. Goss Tours is part of the tireless technical crew that provides mechanical support to the Resistance fleet of starfighters. So this guy is like a mechanic for, like, Poe Dameron. So let's take him out of this box and take a look at it. Also, I may be mistaken, but I haven't seen this segment before. This looks like Forest segment. I don't know if there's been any figures released to this date that have been in this segment. I thought there was a jungle segment, but maybe I'm just seeing things. So anyway, here is Goss out of the box. He's actually very short, and for some reason he kind of stands at an angle. Very strange. I don't know if he's supposed to be like a hunchback or something, or Hasbro didn't get the feet right. But regardless, there he is in like his mechanic suit. Kind of fits in with the Resistance Trooper in terms of like the design of him. Pretty interesting. Kind of gives me that like 50s Texaco mechanic. Come on, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. He kind of... Have you been drinking on the job? He kind of gives me that like Texaco man vibe with the whole like look of him. He does come with this blaster pistol, which seems to be like Resistance blaster pistol. This also comes with a Poe Dameron and Asti. Let's see if he does. He does indeed have a ball-jointed head, though it is very tight on there because of his balaclava there. And if you don't know what a balaclava is, it's like a fire-resistant cloth mask that like racing drivers wear and people who work with like starships would wear. There's his overalls there, like Texaco man. He's like, would you like some more gasoline for your starfighter? Actually, that was starting to go George Lucas there. It was like, Jar Jar is the key to all this. If we get Jar Jar working. Anyway, you've got a little bit of articulation there. Yeah, it's just the basic 5 POA. I don't know. I don't think he could fit in the X-Wing. He'd be like, you know, not being able to see anything. But yeah, a pretty basic figure. And I'm not complaining about that. He's cool background alien material, which a lot of people are into. People like the background aliens. That's why the Cantina is so popular. And this is the wacky build-a-weapon thing you get. Not too much to write home about here. Obviously, I don't have all the stuff for the build-a-weapon, so we won't be building that. And now let's take a look just at... First, before the next figure in the wave, let's see how he stacks up against the X-Wing. So he actually looks really good next to the X-Wing, as I kind of figured he would. Obviously, they designed him as an X-Wing mechanic, so, you know, he obviously looks good next to it. You can have him, like, working on an engine or something. This is the blue Walmart exclusive X-Wing. I actually reviewed this just recently against the black and orange X-Wing, which a lot of people said was a disappointment. Perhaps Goss was not working on that one, but he definitely was working on this. So if you want to check out that review, click the card in the corner right there, and let's move on to the next figure in the wave. So the next figure we're going to take a look at also comes from this new-ish Forest segment. This is PZ4CO. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Yeah, this character, there was a rumor about this one that I don't believe was true, so I'm not going to report it for a couple reasons. But it says PZ4CO is a constant fixture in the resistance-based control rooms, offering technical data and communications support during important operations. So very vague on the description, though there was a picture released by Disney, so I don't feel too bad reporting on it. And it was this guy next to the character that Carrie Fisher's daughter is playing. She plays like some person in the Resistance alongside, I almost said Princess, General Leia. So, you know, we'll see what this character's role is. So let's pop this droid open. For some reason, there's some debate going on whether droids are he's or she's or none of the above. So I'm just not going to step in that like Jar Jar. But let's crack it open. Without getting further entrenched in the robot gender debate, here is PZ4CO. I hope there's like PZ. I hope they call him, I almost said him again. I hope they call PZ something like PZ or something. I don't know. We don't really know what kind of a role this droid is going to play in The Force Awakens, like, you know, pretty much all the characters at this point, even 2 days out of the release. But you got a very, very tall figure, and just to put it in perspective, you've got Goose, Goss. Some of these Star Wars names are starting to kill me. And see how much taller PZ is to Goss. So pretty interesting there. Let's just go over very quickly this figure. There's not a whole lot to talk about, though the detail is pretty good on this one. You've got a ball-jointed head. Kind of reminds me of the Phantom Menace battle droids there. I don't know if that was what Disney was going for. I'm not sure why this droid is so tall, but obviously, like, protocol droid, definitely giving me that vibe. I wish I would have brought BB-8 up here so that I could put them side by side. Perhaps I'm going to do that. Do a quick cut and show them side by side. I like the blue color. Looks pretty nice, but there's not a whole lot to talk about, of course, because it is a protocol droid. Here's the build-a-weapon part. You're supposed to like just snap these on its legs, and then you've got like wacky rocket boosters. So like PZ can fly everywhere. All right. Let's see PZ in a more traditional setting. Are these two JJ's answer to R2-D2 and C-3PO? Your thoughts. Hey, Deadpool's here. What are you doing here, Deadpool? Oh, wait, it's not Deadpool. It's actually a Guavian Enforcer, or Executor if you are French. If you are Français inclined. This guy looks like Deadpool. There's no getting around it. He's also a gigantic advertisement for Target. And yet, he's freaking awesome. He's part of the space segment. I already am in love with this guy and I haven't even got him out of the box. Security soldiers of the Guavian Gang wear high... Oh, wait. That's not a very well-written sentence. Let me restart that. The security soldiers of the Guavian Gang wear high-impact armor that makes them stand out among other deadly criminals. And there's the wacky build-a-weapon thing that we won't be able to build because I didn't buy the Inquisitor, who is a Rebels character. But I did get General Hux, and we will be taking a look at him after we take a look at the Deadpool Trooper. Because honestly, that's what everybody's going to call it, unless these guys play an incredibly pivotal role in the movie. So here he is, the Deadpool Trooper presented by Target. Or the Guavian, whatever you want to call him. Really interesting looking figure. But he's definitely got that Marvel superhero vibe. Man, oh man. He definitely gives that impression off to me. But he's really, really cool. I like the character design, despite the fact that it does remind you of Deadpool. And let's take a closer look at him and some of the details here. Of course, you've got that very Target-looking face. Ironically, I did buy this at Target. but it's cool to see like the mechanical thing. I wonder what, again, we're going to get all the answers to this stuff, or maybe we won't, on the 18th. Cool blaster rifle there. A new design, one I have not seen before. So interesting there. Basic 5 points of articulation. I don't even know why I have to say that anymore, but cool. It seems like we've got a thermal detonator there. Or maybe it's just like part of his spacesuit. Who knows? He seems to have all sorts of gadgets. I hope we see these guys really wrecking shop here. That looks like where a knife would go. Seems to get, maybe not, because he's got it on both sides. But really cool character design. Then of course you've got the goofy build-a-weapon, which actually isn't all that bad, at least to me, because I like purple, and it's a gun, but it's warped. So, you're buying it for the Guavian. Yeah, whatever. Really cool looking figure. Would definitely suggest picking this one up, and hopefully we see him wrecking shop for all time in Star Wars. Unless they're lame, in which case I never want to see them again. Alright, let's take a look at the final figure in the wave, and perhaps the most desirable. This is the angry ginger himself, General Hux. And he seems like he's going to be... Actually, he's First Order General Hux, excuse me. He seems like he's going to be wrecking shop as well. Be interesting to see what this character brings to the table. I'm a big fan of Domhnall Gleeson. I think he's a great actor. Saw him in Dredd, and of course Harry Potter. For all you fangirls out there that are watching, which I doubt there are very many, a young, ruthless officer in the First Order, General Hux, has complete confidence in his troops, training methods, and weapons. So, budget Tarkin? Is that what we're going for? Yep, we've already seen all that stuff. Thanks to my brother for finding this. He found this in the Chicago suburbs, so congratulations to him, and thank him, Adam, my brother, for sending me this. Because I was having a hard time finding it. And he found it in one of the largest metropolitan areas in the entire world. So, that's a thing that happened. So let's take a look at General Hux out of the box. So here is our General out of the box, wearing his long First Order trench coat, looking really cool. Gotta love this figure, even though he's got a gigantic hole in his back. Really neat. I don't know if I like the fact that he has his hat on or not. It depends how much we see him in that hat during the movie. So let's take a closer look at Mr. Hux here, or General Hux, excuse me, General. Got the, it's interesting to see the actual officer uniform is a bit darker than the actual trench coat here. Very Imperial and very Nazi-like, if I have to say so. I mean, especially that symbol with the red, black, and silver. Very reminiscent, Mr. Abrams. Very on the nose. If you aren't already aware, the Nazis have always been like an influence on the bad guys in Star Wars. They've always kind of been modeled after them. But perhaps JJ went a little too far? We'll see. At least they don't all have German accents. Then it would be really awkward. But there you have the blaster pistol. It's the same one as the one that was included with the TIE Fighter pilot. So this seems to be standard Imperial wear for like officers and pilots and such. He's got the basic 5 points of articulation, the arms, the legs. He does not sit very well, but perhaps he doesn't need to. He's going to be standing on a Star Destroyer bridge probably most of the movie, I would imagine. Really cool looking figure. Definitely the highlight of the wave. And of course you've still got the like his probe droid here. Actually not a bad design, honestly. Kind of looks like something out of like a cheap budget, like adapted kids movie. Like, what was that thing Harrison Ford was in just a while ago? It was like a sci-fi movie. I can't remember, but it looks like something that would be in that. And then that just plugs into his back. And you've got a goofy backpack for your otherwise serious-looking general. We will take that off of him. But yeah, he will definitely look cool in front of a bunch of like stormtroopers. So let's take a look at the wave all together, and I'll give some final thoughts. So, Wave 3. Given what we know about the movie just days prior to the release, I can't say this is the most exciting batch of figures. Obviously, Wave 4 is going to be. Again, I will not speak on that because there's some pretty major spoiler in that wave. But when we get to it, I will definitely review it. An interesting mix of characters here. I like the different colors. Definitely General Hux is the highlight. But again, it'll be interesting to see what roles these characters play in The Force Awakens. May surprise some people, I'm sure, what they do. I don't know. It may surprise me, for all we know. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this review helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. I will continue to do Star Wars content on the channel as the Star Wars hype train chugs along. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube, and may the Force be with you.